Sup YouTube, Born in Asphodel Meadow here, and I'm here to talk about a fellow by the name of George Tiller. Many of you know him as the baby killer. He was a late-term abortionist who was killed recently. Shot dead in a church. The irony. So the story goes that this fellow was a late-term abortionist in Kansas, and he was reputed around the world. People around the world came to see him for his services. And some Christian radical didn't like that very much, so he waited until George Tiller was in church, went into the church, shot him dead, and then ran. And then, I think they caught a suspect later on. I don't know why, but this totally reeks of everything that I find wrong with religion. For example, some religious people think they have the right to choose whether someone lives or dies. I'm not saying all religious people, but I'm saying if you are Christian or Muslim or whatever, in your Quran or Bible, it says that certain people should be put to death for whatever crime, okay? That gives people the authority to kill people in their own eyes. It doesn't matter if the law says they're allowed to. The law says killing is wrong. But I don't think anyone has the right to take another life. You may say this is the case with George Tiller, too. He was a murderer, but come on, justifiable homicide is still homicide. And I don't think it was justified at all in this case. He was a humanitarian. George Tiller saved lives. There was a case I remember reading about, just after he was dead, but I read an article about it, saying that there was a woman who once came to him with a cancerous fetus. The fetus was developing a tumor that would have killed both her and the fetus. And she had to be flown in from Manhattan because he was like the only person in the States who could do it or something, who would provide a late-term abortion, so that the woman would survive and the fetus would not, better than both of them being killed. Like, does this not, he was a good person. He did what is considered a medical procedure for the sake of health. And some people have the nerve to call him a murderer. And there are a lot of people, like pro-lifers, who probably don't go to the extreme that the person who killed him do, but are probably in their hearts saying that he did a pretty good job of it, who are saying we shouldn't mourn for this man. They're singing a song to the tune of, he was a murderer, it's okay, now he's dead and he can stop murdering people, and now all's right with the world. It makes me sick. It makes me sick, to be honest. I'm so pissed off. This is ridiculous. We are living in a day and age where there are still people who, in their mind, are totally sincere in the thought that it's okay to kill people who disagree with their beliefs. What he was doing may have been wrong to you, but it's not wrong in the eyes of the law, and it's not wrong to the people who are being saved by his procedures. You know what? If you think he was a murderer, take a fork and do this. You know what? Because you fucking deserve it. Now, a lot of what I've learned about George Tiller came from Freethinker's most recent videos on it. And on the first video, part 1 of 2, there was a guy commenting on the video by the name of Grace Expires Soon. And I'm going to quote him directly, if I may. Another closet atheist posing as being religious commits murder. Fuck! For fuck's sake! He goes on to say that anyone who's ever murdered someone in history is not a Christian. The guy who fucking killed him was a Christian, but no, apparently that's not good enough. Apparently, in order to be Christian, you absolutely cannot, under any circumstances, commit murder. And the second you do, you're not a Christian anymore. This reeks of fucking hypocritical religious naivete. Another thing he says is that Christians get murdered by people calling themselves Christians, or Muslims, or Jews, or whatever. He's saying Christians are the fucking innocent ones. Christians are the ones getting killed unjustly. Christians are the victims here. And it's the ones who pretend to be Christians who are actually atheists, who are causing all the problems here. It's them. It's those damn closet atheists who go to church and who believe in God that are the ones that are causing all the problems here. Right. If any of you who are watching this are pro-life, let me just try to put this into perspective for you. This man saved lives by aborting fetuses that were in late term, okay? I don't know how many, but there must be hundreds, perhaps thousands of people who are still alive because of this man. And it's people who share your beliefs who see fit to kill people like this. Does that sound okay to you? Is this something you agree with? Is it okay to kill a saver of lives because he performs operations on clumps of cells inside a woman's uterus? It doesn't matter if they're viable or not. In our society, the woman has the right to choose. You don't have the right to choose for them. And if you try to take a life because you don't like what they're doing, even though they're completely within the right to do so, fuck you. This is what I say to every pro-lifer who thinks it was even arguably or moderately okay to kill a man who is an abortionist, okay? A big fuck you. That's what I have to say. Born in Asphodel Meadow, peace, and I'll see you fuckers later.